Hello friends, welcome to Raut Saheb. I am Loknath and today we are going to discuss about malnutrition causes and effects. Dear friends, it is coming. This is the home science optional for investments. So malnutrition. The word malnutrition, mal plus nutrition. What mal? Mal is a negative prefix used before nutrition. Means negative nutrition, insufficient, imbalanced nutrition, undernourished we can say. But actual sense malnutrition is both undernutrition and overnutrition. Is it right? So malnutrition, what is malnutrition? Insufficient diet, unbalanced diet, not balanced diet. When it's taken in food, it causes underdevelopment in physical and mental spheres, mental developments, so stunting, wetting, underweight, that leads to severe cases. In severe cases, that leads to what? Death of child. Generally, we know that this malnutrition affects children below 5 years. Is it right? And malnutrition, there are different causes are responsible for the malnutrition. Like we can say, most social causes, economic causes or social factors, economic factors, environmental factors, and many more other factors that togetherly responsible for causing malnutrition. So let us see, as it is one of the leading, according to WHO, World Health Organization, what happens? Undernutrition or malnutrition may be defined as insufficient provide of food or nutrition as per the demand of the body or requirement of the body. When there is a imbalance between the requirements of the body and the supply, demand and supply, demand of the body and supply of nutrients, if there will be some imbalance, that leads to malnutrition. Is it right? And malnutrition is of different types, as we have seen. That is called protein energy malnutrition, PEM, protein energy malnutrition, and dietary deficiency malnutrition we can get due to the absence of micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. Is it right? And in case of protein energy malnutrition, PEM, there are two major diseases are kwashiorkor and marasmus. Kwashiorkor due to deficiency of calories, and marasmus is due to the deficiency of proteins in our diet, which generally affects the children below 5 years. Is it right? And another thing is that it is the leading cause of death. If you will see the statistical data, every 1 in 9 people in the world are suffering from the malnutrition. Means each year we can say what? Each year we can say 820 million people are hungry. 820 million people are hungry. Is it right? Every year are suffering from malnutrition or undernourished. Is it right? Let us see detail what are the malnutrition. So malnutrition, mal plus nutrition, that is negative nutrition. Negative means in the sense that may be undernutrition, that may be overnutrition. Both are under the category of malnutrition. Means the amount or the requirement or the demand of the food or nutrients are not maintained by the supply. So that demand and supply, there is a gap between the demand and supply, what the body needs and what we eat. That imbalance causes what? Malnutrition. So in the undernutrition we can say stunting and wasting are coming. Stunting and wasting, undernutrition causes stunting and wasting, and this causes obesity. What do you mean by stunting and wasting? Stunting means wasting. Let us see stunting. Stunting means the height of the height or length of the body is not as per the standard level, as per the not prescribed level, as per the age. If the length or height of the children is below the standard level or as per the age, then that is called stunting. And if there is a low fat and low muscle content, low fat content or low muscle weight, then this is called wasting. Means only skeletons will remain, no muscles, no fats will be there as per the requirement of the age. Is it right? So we can say that malnutrition never is or not only undernutrition or undernourished, it is also overnutrition, we can say, or overnourished. Is it right? So that is called malnutrition. So malnutrition is a negative term which is used both in the sense of lack of nutrition or sufficient amount of nutrition or nutrients. Okay. So see, according to the we are going to discuss about the definition according to WHO. According to WHO, malnutrition is there is a supply and a demand gap. Demand and supply gap. As per the WHO, if the demand and supply gap will be there, then what is the body requires, what amount of nutrients are required as per the age category. Then if supply is not at that much quantity or that much of quantity, then what much that leads to what? Malnutrition. Is it right? So what? This malnutrition is caused due to insufficient provision of nutrients. Insufficient provision of nutrients. Is it right? As per the requirement, what our body needs. As we have already told, every 1 out of 9 children is suffering from malnutrition or undernourished, and in each 820 million are suffering from malnutrition in the world level. Is it right? That and many more are dying each year due to lack of nutrients. Is it right? Now let us see what are the factors responsible for the malnutrition. Factors responsible. As I have already told, factors that may be social causes, social factor, that may be economic factor, that may be environmental factor, these are the three main factors: social factor, economic factor, and environmental factor. What are these factors? Social factors. Social factor, in social factor we can say that due to some social rules and regulations, some foods are not taken properly and some foods are avoided. If social stigma, due to social stigma, what this food is not should not be eaten, this food should not be included in our diet, in this day we should not eat this food type, particular type of food should not be eaten. So these are socio-cultural factors which lead to the malnutrition. Means there is all the foods are not included in the diet and nutrition because of some social cultural factors of the society. Is it right? Number one. Number two, due to economic factor. Economic factor, the lack of money, lack of resource, which leads to causes to lack of nutrients. They cannot avail sufficient of nutrient as per the family requirement. What family needs, they a person or the family is not able to meet the requirements of the nutrient requirement of the family because of what economical resource economics, due to poor economic conditions that leads to insufficient nutrients or diets in the number one. In case of social factors, others we can also include, just like we can say illiteracy, social, in case we can sociocultural factors, illiteracy, we can say illiteracy, we can also ignorance. So these are the factors which called. So in case of economic factors, we can say lack of resources or lack of money that leads to insufficient supply of nutrients that the family or the person, the individual needs. They can't able to supply due to lack of this. Next come to environmental factors. In case of environmental factor, we can say that what environmental factors, that means your cleanliness, proper hygiene, proper cleanliness, and storage of foods. What's due to available nutrient. In some cases, we have seen environmental factors. We've seen that if we properly not treated properly, not kept properly, not preserved, the nutrients, what happen, their loss of nutrients also take place. That means due to environmental factors. Is it right? In order to maintain the nutrients in the food, it should be maintained properly, it should be stored properly. Those temperature, moisture content, and insect pests should be avoided, so that proper nutrient balance. One thing. Number two thing is that cleanliness. How we are preparing our food, how we are preparing our food, how we are eating, our personal hygiene, cleanliness, everything, that is called the environmental factor. So we can say in this is called the environmental factor. In the environmental, we can say cleanliness, personal hygiene, proper preparation, proper storage, proper handling. These are the environmental factors. So personal hygiene, cleanliness, proper preparing, proper storage, proper proper maintaining these foods, these standards, these are all good. So these are the major factors which are generally responsible for the causing of malnutrition. Is that right? Now let us see types of malnutrition. Types as we have told, malnutrition is divided broadly in two types, that is undernutrition, overnutrition. It is again divided into protein energy malnutrition, PEM, and it is called dietary deficiency. Dietary deficiency. So in protein energy malnutrition, again it is divided into two types. Number one is your Kwashiorkor, another is your marasmus. Is it right? तो Kwashiorkor due to deficiency of calorie deficiency, and protein and energy, due to deficiency of protein and energy, protein and calorie. So malnutrition is divided into what? This or overnourished. This undernutrition, otherwise called undernourished, also called as known as undernourished, and this is called overnourished, and this is due to supply of excess nutrients, supply of excess nutrients that causes diabetes and hypertensions, other cardiovascular diseases. So see, तो आज malnutrition divided two types: undernutrition and overnutrition. Undernutrition is protein energy malnutrition and dietary deficiency. In case of dietary deficiency, what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss what micronutrients in particularly vitamin deficiency, and to me what mineral deficiency, we can say mineral deficiency. In vitamin deficiency, we have already seen vitamin A deficiency of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, that leads to what development of causing of blindness, as vitamin C causes scurvy and vitamin B causes beriberi. Is it right? And in case of mineral deficiency, we can say that we can cite the example of calcium deficiency that leads to improper growth of bone and teeth, and iron deficiency that is causes anemia and like this. And in case of iodine deficiency, also another mineral deficiency, we can say due to causes deficiency of iodine in food causes what causes goiter. So these are the vitamins and mineral deficiency. Is it right? Now let us discuss one by one. So number one is undernutrition. Undernutrition means undernourished. As I have told, undernourished. That is, demand is greater than supply. Demand of nutrients is greater than supply. That is called undernutrition or undernourished. And this undernourished due to the causes. What are the causes? As I have already told, illiteracy of the mother, or the family members, we can say illiteracy. Ignorance means what type of food should be eaten, what level, what ages, that must be important. Ignorance. Economic factors, insufficient breastfeeding, and what environmental factors. As I have told, proper handling or proper treatment of foods, environmental factors. So these are the factors that causes demand of nutrients, that is undernutrition. And this undernutrition causes, as I have told, two diseases, that is PEM and what is dietary deficiency. So PEM, as I have told, this is called kwashiorkor, this is marasmus, kwashiorkor and marasmus. We have already written marasmus. So see, this is a calorie deficient, this is a protein energy deficiency diseases. Is it right? Another two factors that leads to the undernutrition is your stunting and wasting. As I have already discussed, stunting means height, abnormal height, that means below the normal levels of height, and length, if the length is below the normal level or height is below the normal, and poor health condition, that leads to stunting. And if their level of fat and muscles, muscle count, muscle weight and fat weight less in comparison to the normal child, then that also causes wasting. Wasting means less fat and muscles, stunting means low height, low level of length, that leads to also due to undernutrition. Is it right? So this is called undernutrition. Another is your overnutrition. Overnutrition means overnourished. Here in this case, demand of nutrients is less than supply. That means supply of nutrients is more and demand of nutrients of the body is less. In this case, that means excess of nutrients. Lack of nutrition causes undernutrition and excess of nutrition causes overnutrition or overnourished. That is also factors responsible in the, we can say, that is social factors. Ignorance, we can say, ignorance, what to eat, what to not, how much eat, what content eat, what food should be included, what amount should be included. That is number one, ignorance. That is illiteracy, no idea about the nutrition. Excess taking of fats and calories, excess intake of fats and calories. Is it right? And due to what this leads causes a disease that is called obesity and hypertensions that leads to cardiovascular diseases. That means hypertension will be, blood pressure will be more, blood pressure will be there, or fat will be deposited on the blood vessels. Then what will that will lead to? Insufficient supply of floods. That means pressure of the blood inside the blood vessels will increase. That leads to cardiovascular or heart problems. Is it heart disease? And obesity is the what, due to taking extent, the growth becomes over the normal level. That leads to what, obesity and bulging out of the stomach or the belly regions and heavy fat deposition. That leads to sluggish functions of the body and leads to other conditions. That leads to other conditions like hypertension and other other cardiovascular elements. Is it right? So these are the different type of nutrition. Next, treatment of nutrition. Treatment means how to mitigate. That means in order to remove the malnutrition, undernourished, the government is taking many measures in the form of policy and formulations from time to time. As for example, we can say one of the midday meal. We can start midday meal. It is one of the program government run by the government in central government in accordance in cooperation with the state government to provide midday meal to the school going children, and in order to maintain their good health and nutrition level, because many of the poor families which are not able to provide the sufficient nutrition to their children, they become stunting and wasted, and they don't allow their children to send their school in. So in order to make the supply the required nutriment, government has provided midday meal. Is it right? In government schools. Okay, next, and other formulary programs are provided in particularly in the poor families, poor section of families, the government is providing subsidized foods, and subsidized foods are provided so they can able to purchase and to avail these foods to meet their family requirements. Number one thing. Number two thing is that what we can say, uh, making people aware, people aware making people aware of these nutrients. How, what are nutrients, what nutrients should be taken at what age, what causes should be taken. The people aware. How aware will be there? In what? Televisions, radios and programs, films, though in the form of advertisement and awareness programs, that they can be avoided. Is it right? Next thing is that improving the economic condition of the people. Improving economic condition of the people. If the economic condition of people will be more, economic condition will be better, then they will be able to provide or purchase foods and nutrients so that they can meet their requirements. Next, educating people. What do you mean by educating people? Educating people means providing this in the school syllabus, school curriculum, college syllabus, so that they can read and educate their families directly or indirectly. We can also educate the family members or the societies, so they can be able. And self maintaining cleanliness or personal hygiene. Personal hygiene should be maintained so that no such as proper maintenance of the nutrients will be there in the food, so that it will be not lack in the diet or food. So these are the factors, or many more factors. May you find that these are some factors which contribute to mitigate the malnutrition problems, not only in India but also world level. Is it right? This is all about today's class. In the next class we will come with some other topics. Okay, till that, have a nice day.